The most romantic thing somebody did for me, it was my first boyfriend. I was just in high school. He was a little older than me, and it was Valentine's Day. I'll never forget. He robbed somebody and gave me the money and gave me the bill he stole, and it was just so sweet because he was out of breath and stuff. He's like, "Here, I just got this for you." I was like, "Oh, so sweet. Thank you," because nobody never did nothing like that for me.
Y'all, so Sexyy Red is in the news once again, and this is for what she thought was the sweetest thing that a man has ever done for her, and it was for Valentine's Day. Y'all, so as you seen the video, she talking about how some dude that she was with robbed somebody, gave her the bills, and was like, "Oh, that's so sweet because you just robbed somebody, you out of breath." So y'all, for a while I was like, is she trolling or is she like for real? You know what I mean? I couldn't really put my finger on it. I was like, I don't know if this is like a major troll or like what's going on, but I don't know. I feel like this is complete trolling. Obviously the industry sent her here, okay? Because you know the industry, they be working in the background, they be putting the men in dresses and doing all this other stuff. There have been rappers, I think it was even Cat Williams, I believe it was him, who actually mentioned that, you know, he was at some kind of thing or whatever, and they wanted to put him in a dress, and he looked at them like that ain't happening. It was like, yeah, we didn't mean that. Okay, let's just. And they want to try to blacklist him and do all this other kind of stuff. I remember I was watching something with Diddy and 50 Cent. Apparently Diddy wanted to take 50 Cent shopping so he could get that booty, okay? And 50 Cent was like, a shopping spree? Another dude's gonna pay for a shopping spree for me? Another dude? He's like, I'm not doing that, yo. Nah, we ain't. You know, then it was like, oh, 50's bad. And it's like, dude, I see what you're doing. You know what I mean? But on the other side of that, the industry, they sent these kind of people in there. Got the ratchet music. Girls, black girls, we independent, be look at us. And then you do all that. We don't need a man. F these ends and all this kind of stuff and whatever. You know, so now we got what we have. You know, with the bongos, peaches and cream, or peaches and eggplant, whatever. And all this other stuff that's going on. So in this video, she doing all this, and I actually want to bring up this comment that I saw, okay? Because for me, I'm like, this is just top ratchet behavior, ghetto hood rat stuff, okay? And I'm like, you have people who are just, they love this stuff, you know, and they think that like, oh, is she real? You know, Alex, ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying that she's real because of all this. You tripping. Okay, let's get into it. This chick, now this was on Instagram, and this comment says, I don't give a F what y'all say. She's funny and real. Black women are diverse. Not everybody is a stuck-up prude looking to blend in with the whites and what they deem appropriate behavior. Sexyy Red represents the way girls, the girls from the hood. That's why people are so attracted to her authenticity, just like they were for Cardi B. We don't have to look, act, or think the same. That's the beauty of individuality. Now, she's saying because she's ghetto or whatever, well, she represents us ghetto people and da-da-da. Do you think that's a compliment? If someone says, if a white, okay, because since you brought in the white, so if a white person then says, girl, this black lady ghetto, would you then say, oh yeah, girl, yeah, we ghetto, we hood, we ratchet? You'd be like, B, what you just say to me? So how is it any different than if a black person is saying, y'all black women over here, y'all ghetto? Now we're stuck up, we're uppity, we're we're bougie, and all this other stuff, you know, and it's like we're sedity because we don't care for that behavior, and we see the negativity that goes on with it, with said behavior. Okay, as we've seen, you know, we know a lot of black mothers do not have the fathers around because most of them choose not to be around. Okay, so with that being said, we now have the ratchets, ghettos, raising the children, right? So then we see what that looks like from the woman's perspective, and then what that looks like on the little girl's perspective, which are just a mini me of the mama. And then we see how that correlates to the male's perspective. Okay. There's a lot of men that have mentioned how you have a lot of these boys who have like this extra feminine energy where they're just kind of, they don't know how to really be a man. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with getting emotional, but they don't know how to release their emotions in a positive way. Okay. And that's one of the problems that we have. They don't know how to lead. They don't know how to stand up for themselves in a positive way. All they know is, man, you said my shoes ugly. Let me kill you. What? So that's one of the things that we're seeing a lot of. And that's in these women's minds, being ghetto, ratchet, and a bad influence on kids that's the token right there. That's perfect. That is top tier parenting. You know what I mean? But that's also something I'm thinking. So a white person says it, girl, you're racist. Black person says it, you're just uppity. You think you're better than me. So if an Asian person says, look at these ghetto black women over here, and black people, unlike everybody else, everyone else is an individual. If one black person does something, every black person have done it. Then that's just how they look at it. So you have an Asian person that goes and says, man, those black people over there, them girls, they're ghetto. They're twerking their whole booty out. They got all that silicone and all that over there. That cellulite. Ooh, girl. Ooh, their weaves are coming out. And ooh, they talking about their booty black. Ooh, I don't really like what that is saying over there. Ooh, they're ghetto. Oh, so now you're racist. Okay, so if a Hispanic person then says it, because if a black person critiques a black person, we just think we're better than you. But if someone else out of the culture says something, that means that they're racist. Okay, because that's what a lot of people, I've seen it, where you would say something to people, well, you just don't like black folks. And it's like, I don't think that's necessarily where they're coming from with this, but that's just me. I thought this whole article was crazy. And you will continue to have people who think that this kind of behavior is okay. You got the sukihanas who do what they do. Even with her, she had a whole thing where she was at like some awards show twerking on the ground, and people were just like, what the heck? But the people who were criticizing, who publicly criticized, said like, this one chick said, oh, you making black bees look bad. Well, the fact that you just call black women the B word means you don't even respect yourself or everybody else. Then another one, lady was touching her coochie in her profile picture, and it's like, you know what I mean? You can't go and say like, oh man, that ain't right, da da da. But then you are actively right now showing how it's okay for this kind of behavior because she represents the culture. For me, I was just like, yeah, that's a no. But people are gonna do what it is that they're gonna do. Hey, I greatly appreciate if you could support me. Simply go to ebay.com. In the search bar, type in Latrice Limited, click on shops, and then support me. I have a wide variety of items on there, many of my own personal Latrice Limited items, such as candles, bath bombs, soaps, essential oil blends, lingerie robes, so much stuff. I even have men's ties and comic books on there. Definitely support me, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.